right, folks, Dow's up 141, Nasdaq's up 24, S&Ps are up 7.5. And folks, bottom line is that each and every Wednesday, 40 past the hour, the market waits for our man Teddy Kekstadt. I suspect he just bought the euro, bought the pound, sold the dollar.
Good. Let's hear all about it.
I'm telling you, man. And you can check out Teddy every trading day, folks, at forex-trading-unlock.com. Teddy Kekstadt, what's going on, brother?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, the people who are trading the pound dollar don't seem to know that the dollar bulls are trying to get a rally going, huh?
You know, it's pretty wild here watching just before you come on, like that euro just popped, and that's the first time that it's popped in some time. You know?
Right, the euro's finally following. Well, the pound already started to lead this morning. I mean, it's been a solid bid now for probably a good half an hour.
Oh yeah, and right from the that it hit a low right at 2:30 at that Eastern time at the election.
Hasn't slowed down much.
Right.
A little blip here and there, but yeah.
It looks like 132 is game there. So the euro,
well, especially once the pound goes bid, that's a currency that when it really starts to trend, like on an intraday move like this, you don't want to jump in front of it.
Right.
Unless they have a vote for Theresa May. Things might reverse on that. No.
You know, it's amazing. I mean, you know, and when you look at over a longer period of time, the pound's really inexpensive. You know, I understand Brexit's out there, but you know, the pound doesn't trade at $1.30 a lot. Every time I used to go to London, man, you know, you think you have some money, and all of a sudden you stay at a hotel room and you're broke.
When was that? No, sorry, but yeah, we're dating. Like, we're going back a little ways. Let alone Brexit's been going on for 3 years. So even before that, I think, what was it traded? 146 or 150 or something? Yeah. I mean, it's 3 years now. So it might be a new norm. That's all. For sure. Even if things go well, even if that's just 130 there might be a little bit of a penalty for cutting themselves off financially to some of those trade deals. You know, in terms of the power of that currency.
Yeah. Listen, they're all small countries. It's kind of it's intriguing when you look at Europe, you know, compared to the United States. Yes. I mean, it really is.
Right.
So what are we looking at in the yen, Teddy?
The yen, I think it's still chasing the Nikkei.
Okay.
So I think it really is. I don't think that there's a U.S. dollar bull with the U.S. dollar yen trade. I think it really is just chasing the Nikkei stock market.
Yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, it's like what's the head and what's the tail, right? You know, because
I think right now the Nikkei is the one that's lifting the currency over there.
Okay.
So. Sure.
And what
so,
happens
we get something tweakish. Last week we were talking about, even 2 weeks ago, how the 2-year note versus the 10 and the 30-year note, there's a little bit of a divergence.
Yes.
You know, and we still have it again today. I was looking at it. The 30-year and the 10-year, they're trying to push the lows, meaning higher rates. But the 2-year, it's backing off. It's like it's saying that short term they're really trying to hold rates down. You know, so and I think that that's kind of why we have a little bit of choppiness with the U.S. dollar, where some of your more volatile, smaller currencies are gaining some strength against the dollar right now, you know. And also with consumer confidence that came out adjusted in Europe, that's also helping to lift the euro today. Because that was kind of odd that the dollar seemed to really be holding the euro down, but now with this revised consumer confidence, that kind of changes things with that, you know.
This is quite a move, man. I mean, you know, if you happen to be watching Tiger TV, folks, okay, the bottom line is that, you know, at 9 o'clock this morning, the euro was at 113.54, and you're at 84 right now.
Yeah, 113.84.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, what was that 112?
You have it. 113.52.
About 52. Yeah. You know, that doesn't seem.
And also the Swiss, the dollar Swiss got rejected again at parity.
It did, huh? Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's another thing where the dollar is trying to get bullish, but if you can't get the dollar Swiss above parity for sure, especially with a pound move like this, I think that just shows that the dollar strength is really it's a real. Any dollar strength is something to sell into right now.
I like that.
You guys gonna get together and have a party?
I'm telling you, man, it seems like that August 15th in the dollar index, that August 15th swing high, 95,830, man. The bulls and bears have been fighting over that since October 24th. You know, it's like it. And I do a lot with volume, Teddy. So what has happened is every time it breaks that level, you know, it's broke it with really good conviction. And once it goes above it, it's light. But guess what? Every single time it breaks it likes to pop above it again. Just, you know. So we'll see when we get. We're not going to get the conviction today. We might get the price, but the volume's not there either. Right
Well,
now.
that's the thing too. Even with this pound dollar rally right now, the volume's not there. It's just a move that's happening right now.
Right. Interesting. Right. Gonna be wild watching this thing shake out. And so it seems like the pound is saying no matter what happens in the UK, this pound wants to go higher.
The pound wants to go higher. I agree. I think that even if there's a big turn in the dollar and you see dollar strength for whatever reason that really dictates a rally, I think that the pound is going to be holding its own against the dollar. I think it really is, especially with the revised numbers with the consumer confidence with the EU.
Yes.
Their economy is not slowing down like all the pundits keep on saying. It just isn't, and they're absorbing. They're definitely not heading into a tailspin, which is something that they said the slowdown is going to cause for them, because these numbers have been being revised now for 4 months straight. So it's like, okay, they're lowering the numbers when they come out, and then a month or two later, then all of a sudden the truth comes out, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, things aren't as bad as the picture they were trying to paint.
You know what's wild about that is that's the same thing that actually happened this morning when you look at the numbers that, whether it's Procter & Gamble, whether it's United Technologies, whether it's IBM, and we were talking with Kevin Hinks a little bit earlier about this, that these numbers aren't explosive, but they're good numbers, man. Do you know what I mean? Just in general. Yep. So this
IBM, look at them.
Yeah, there's cash moving around.
No, you always want to be in the business of under-promise, over-deliver.
Right.
And so they try and set
Well, remember that's what they did back in 2008 after when the market had the downturn. All of a sudden, all the analysts started giving these numbers that were so weak, saying, oh, they're never going to make it. Because then if they had any type of a spike, it made them look like, oh, there was something good going on in the market.
Right.
Now it's the reverse. They don't want to accept anything good in the market, so they downplay it, and then all of a sudden the numbers come out positive, and they're like, oh, geez, the market's going to do what the market's going to do, right?
I haven't seen a day, and we've had great earnings everywhere, but I literally had to check each story. I said, wait a second, I was looking for, okay, who's up, who's down?
Right.
And I was like, wait, everybody's up on these earnings.
This morning is big.
I went over, I said, yeah, okay, everybody's up as I prepared for those updates, and I was like, wow, okay.
And they're monster
Cash
companies.
is coming in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. IBM, Procter & Gamble, man, woof, watch out. United Technologies, the three of them.
Especially IBM's been a drag for, 3 years?
Yeah.
It's down from 215.
Boosting their guidance, watch out.
Yeah, listen, I hope they do
Watson
good.
is catching up to...
Can't fade Big Blue.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we'll see what happens with the metal market, see if gold can hold these highs.
Yeah, well, you know what I liked this morning? What happened this morning, folks, is that they sold gold down about $4, but that was before the pit opened. I always love that, man. I take that all day long. It's like, oh really? So you're going to keep clicking away before the pit opens, and sure enough, if you look at that gold contract, you're going to see that was almost the low of the day. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, they just wanted to get it cheaper so that as soon as the drill traders get in there,
okay,
because $2 or $3 to them with thousands of contracts is a big number. Do you know what I mean? Right?
It is.
Listen, folks, you can check out Teddy every trading day, forex-trading-unlock.com. Teddy, you have a great week, safe week. We look forward to speaking to you next week.
Thanks, guys. You have a great week, too. Take care.
You too, Teddy. Thanks.
Stay warm. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow up 116, Nasdaq up 9, S&P's up 3. Coming right back.
Great moments are